Hi, my name is Nick Anthony and I spent over $100,000 on ads, built 2 brands across 4 European countries, and I generate consistently more than $200,000 per sales every year, all while spending my days with my wife and my 2 small boys. If I had to start completely over building a business with no followers, no money and no connections, I would never start with dropshipping. And here is what I've learned in the past 10 years. Selling random products online will never make you rich, it will just make you busy. Real freedom comes from creating offers that solve real problems and building funnels that sell for you, what I call the proactive funnel system. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to escape the dropshipping trap, build a real business, a real brand that actually gives you profit and peace of mind, even if you have no experience, no audience and no connections. So if you're serious about building something this year or the next one, let's dive in. Okay guys, let's get into the topic. Why you need to quit dropshipping if you want to be rich in 2025 and 2026, and what to do instead, of course, because what I'm going to share with you right now is going to be valid for the next year and for the years after that. Short disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only, it's not financial, legal or business advice. I make no guarantees about your ability to earn money or achieve results, because these are my results, I'm sharing my experience, and your success depends on your skills, your actions, experience. Always do your own research before making financial decisions. If you want to learn how to sell online effectively and create a brand online with the help of AI, do it quickly, you can check my free course on school.com proactive. Why you need to quit dropshipping? I have a few main reasons that I want to share with you right now, because I have been doing dropshipping and more specifically retail online arbitrage, because it was faster, easier, and it was different model. Here are the main reasons that I'm going to mention, but I want to clarify really quickly what is the difference between dropshipping and retail online arbitrage. Or some people, when they say dropshipping, they mean online retail arbitrage. Real dropshipping is when your supplier sends the products from their warehouse directly to your customer, and this is usually some website that has a dropshipping program. Retail online arbitrage can be reselling products from Amazon to eBay or from Amazon to Walmart and so on. It doesn't require a program or contract with your supplier and so on. So I was doing mainly retail online arbitrage, which was easier, as you may guess, because making contracts with big dropshippers is difficult. They require different things from your company and so on, and you had to create US LLC in order to do that in the United States. I had an US LLC and it still was very difficult. So the first thing that I want to mention is low margins. It is very difficult to have big net profit when you get your products from some website. I'm going to talk a lot about reselling products from Amazon to eBay. Just for example, you can do that in Europe, in other websites like eMac or some other website. You can be doing dropshipping from China directly to the US or to Europe with some other companies on your website like Shopify. This is also dropshipping, but the margins are usually not very good. You can be making like net profit like 10-20%, which is not very good in the long run. One of the main reasons why this happens is the cost of ads. When you sell in the US, Australia, UK, where people usually start, it is very expensive to make ads on Meta, TikTok and so on. Even paying on influencers is not so cheap. Some influencers want a few $1,000 per campaign, and one campaign, it's not sure that it will bring sales and results to you. If you are not doing ads, it depends on the SEO, how you optimize your listing, for example, and so on, but still you have the option to pay for ads on eBay, Amazon and the other marketplaces in order to show up on first page and higher in the search results. And these ads are not cheap too. They are sometimes not very expensive, not very effective, sorry, especially if you don't have many feedbacks, or if you sell on Amazon, good reviews. If you sell on Etsy, reviews are important too. No customer acquisition. If you sell on some marketplace, you usually do not own the customer. The marketplace owns the customer, not you. You cannot build an email list, or you cannot call the customers like that. While if you have your own brand, it is completely different, because you can make different online campaigns, you can call the customers, you can email them about your new products. And if you try to build an email list on Amazon, eBay, or some of the other marketplaces, you can easily be banned and your account can be suspended, because I have not checked in the last months, but before, when I was selling, it was forbidden. You could make email list, you could try to build an email list, but it was difficult. The fourth thing that I want to mention is fierce competition. The entry barrier for dropshipping, if you want to resell things from Amazon to eBay, is very low, and thousands of people are trying to do that. If you want to resell things from China to, let's say, UK, this is a bit more difficult, because you have to make ads and so on, but still the entry barrier is not so high. If you want to import products and sell them with FBA, the entry barrier is going up, but still many people are doing that. And I'm going to give you some examples of how, even though that I was doing these things, these models that had a barrier that was higher, and not so many sellers were doing what I did, I still had competition. And of course, the stability of your business, this is the fifth and main thing, is not good. If you do not own the customer, if you don't have a brand, and your account can easily be suspended, then your business is not very stable. It depends on the algorithms of the specific marketplace and so on. Okay, how and why I stopped dropshipping? As I mentioned, I was selling on all of these marketplaces. I had 10 accounts on eBay, 10 accounts on Amazon with my team and my partner, but some of our most successful accounts were banned and suspended for no serious reasons. Some of them because we were dropshipping, other accounts for other reasons, but nothing serious. A few years ago, it was very easy to get your account suspended, and now I'm sure that it's not so different. Also, opening a new account was a real headache, and managing all those accounts was not easy. Our main account on eBay was suspended when I was on vacation, and it was a great stress to think about it. And one of the people in my team called me. It was evening. I was, as I shared, on a vacation, and he told me our listings are being shut down. I think that they suspended our account, and all this work suddenly was in vain. The same happened, almost the same happened when I was selling FBA, because once I was able to rank my products after importing them, after getting trademark, after building a website so that I can have a brand, many other sellers started to sell the same products, because when I was selling, doing dropshipping and selling in the US, I was thinking about this. You can make money if you have a good product, which is totally not true. Good products are not what is the first and main question when you have that you have to ask yourself if you want to sell online. So I'm going to share with you really quickly. I'll try to do it in less than 10 minutes. How to make your first or next 10K online, build a real brand, leave your job, or just change your life in the next few months. Maybe if you can build a small business online that can pay your rent or your mortgage, your life is going to be really different. So what I'm going to share with you right. Okay, the 3 things that I want to share in my system. Find a problem, make a great offer, and make a proactive funnel. First, find the problem. In order to find the problem, you have to understand why people buy. People do not get up in the morning, then they don't wake up with the thoughts, what am I, and with the question, what am I going to buy today? People do not think about this when they wake up. They don't live in order to buy things online. But people have different problems, desires, and pains that keep them awake at night. You can think about yourself. What keeps you awake at night? What are the problems that you're trying to solve? Because this is what is making you to buy things. The main drive that motivates people to make a change in their life is pain. And in order to solve specific problem, they're looking for solutions. And if you want to find good problems, you need to know where to search for them. Because if you understand the problem of your audience, if you understand very well some problem, you can build a great business around it. And I'm going to mention a few places where you can find a good problem. The first one is Amazon. You can go to the books category and check the how-to books. No romantic books, no fantasy or some other stories, but how-to books, because these are the books that help people solve their problems. And when you see what are the books that are purchased the most, you can understand what are the problems that drive those people to make those purchases. The second place, you can check YouTube videos, YouTube comments, you can check Google Trends, and of course ChatGPT. If you use the AI, you can just ask situation, your desire to create a business, your ideas, what your perfect audience is, because you have to understand what is your perfect buyer, who is the person that you want to sell to. But in order to understand what is the person, who is the person that you want to sell to, you need to understand that this exact person, he has some problem. Maybe it is much better to start from that. If you don't know what is your audience, you have to understand what is the problem that you want to solve. Real business ideas while thinking about my problems. When I understood about proactive marketing and everything that I'm sharing with you right now, I understood. I started to check my life, my family, my wife, and see what are the problems that we personally have. And at that moment, at that point of our life, we had a problem with the sleep of our baby. And this was one of the problems that I decided to try to build a business around, and to target parents who had the same problem. Then I looked and I started to think about the problems that my parents had, other issues that my wife had, and those ideas gave me a great direction that I could follow for my business and for the development of the business itself. The second thing, make a great offer. If you want to sell online, you have to be able to make great offers. And I want to mention 3 things about making great offers. Why people do not buy better products? It is very simple. If you sell some shampoo with garlic and you have tested that shampoo and it doesn't solve your dandruff problem, for example, if I come to you and I knock on your door and I say I have a shampoo with twice the amount of garlic that your previous shampoo has, you are probably not going to buy it, because you will be thinking this: I already tried a shampoo with garlic, it doesn't work for me. What I'm looking for is a new opportunity. People are always looking for new opportunities, something new and different that can solve the problem that they have. People in the US, usually the biggest percentage of them try more than 9 diets per year. Do you know what does this mean? That they are looking for new solutions all the time. And if you have a new opportunity that is different, something new on the marketplace, you will be able to make a great offer around it. And this doesn't mean that you have to invent a product and you have to invent a new something completely new, but the way you offer it, the way you make the whole package of your offer is very important. And the only way that you can understand if your idea is good and your offer is good, the problem that you have started with initially is a real problem on the marketplace that people are ready to pay for, you have to validate. You can validate with ads on Meta, Facebook and Instagram very quickly for less than 50, let's say 100 euro. I don't recommend selling on the biggest marketplaces like the US, because if you want to acquire a customer in the United States, in most of the niches you have to pay more than $30 in order to make one sale. In Europe, I can do that for 2-3 euro, for example, in many of the countries, which is amazing. And I saved myself thousands of dollars by validating first. Imagine that I have an idea about a book. What people usually do, they create a company, hire let's say some office, they start writing the book, or from their home initially, but how long are you going to write the book if you don't use the help of some AI tools, and if you don't have a structure, and if you don't have experience with writing books? It is going to take you 6 months or 1 year, and after that you're going to invest a few $1,000s in that book, and at the end what is going to happen? You will invest more than 1 year, a few $1,000s. You will start making ads, and if nobody buys, which is highly possible, you'll be really disappointed. And I have tested many ideas, and I have seen that the market just doesn't want them. And I saved myself money because I can make a really quick test with the proactive marketing that I'm talking about, and I can test an idea for 1 day. And if the idea is successful, then I can invest money in it. The third thing that I want to mention is making a proactive funnel. You need to get traffic. That usually happens with meta ads, because they are pretty effective and very cheap, especially if you don't sell in the US. You don't need to make some fancy videos. You can start with some, for example, image, some creative that is very simple. Also, you have to use the most important skill for online sale, which is copywriting. Many people think that you have to make fancy ads, but the fact is that ads are being effective when your copywriting skills are great. And in order to have a great copywriting skills, you have to understand the pain, desires, and beliefs of your audience, of your customer. And then when you start to get traffic, actually this is the last thing that you have to do, to send traffic to your page, to your website. But you have to build an effective website if you want to sell. But I personally do it very quickly with Proactive Funnel Builder. And if you can build a website for 1-2 hours, if you want to make it more beautiful, or you want to do something more specific, you can test an idea very quickly. That is my main idea. But effective website have a good copywriting. The text on your website is the most important thing. And some of the greatest copywriters in the world have shared that your headline, the first thing that the person is going to read when he lands on your page, costs 80 cents out of a door. Because if your headline is good, then he's going to continue to read, and eventually he will buy. And with effective website, you can convert many people. Standard websites convert let's say maximum two people out of each 100 people. Maximum 2%. With effective website, with proactive funnel, if I have to be more specific, you can convert 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 or more bigger percent, much bigger percent than with a standard website, because the percentage of people that will buy, that will be interested, is going to be much higher, because an effective website is helping people to focus on one offer only. But as I don't have so much time in that video, I'm going to stop for now, and I will give you a quick example about an idea that I had, and I tested, and I started to make sales for €2, or it was less, but let's say for example that it was €2. Here is the example. I started to make a test for a book that I wanted to start selling. I didn't create the book, but I started to make ads. I was making a sale for €2. My budget for the day was €10. I didn't give this money in advance. I said to this is what I said to Facebook. If you have not tried to make ads till now, let's say that I said to Facebook, I want to spend no more than 10 euro per day. It is very easy to configure this. So my budget was 10 euro per day. The selling price of the book was 15 euro. The book cost is 2 euro. I know that because I have published more than one book now, so I know that the cost had to be 2 euro or less, and this is what was the end result. My revenue was 75 euro. The net profit out of those was 55 euro because of the budget per day and the book cost, and this is what is going to be my net profit per month if I spend 10 euro per day. My revenue is going to be much bigger. It is going to be more than $2,000, but the 1,650 euro net profit, this is net profit. No ad cost inside it, no book cost inside it. So this is just one example with 10 euro per day with one book. If you make such profit per month, and I can guarantee that one ad, because 10 euro per day, this is just one ad. Managing one or two ads it doesn't require almost any work, and you can manage that for 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day maximum. The rest that you have to do is send the orders, which can be easily be almost, you can make it automatic, or you can work very little in order to do that. You do not have to send it on your own. This is what I mean. And this is the summary. You have to find a problem, you have to make a great offer, and you have to make a proactive funnel. These are the most important and the main things if you want to really build a good business in 2026, instead of doing dropshipping, which is temporary, not a stable business, and have so many cons. If you learn more about how to start an online business quickly using the help of AI, how to create your own brand, how to make offers that people want, how to make your first or next 10K online without an audience or making content, which is something that I don't like personally, you can just go to school.com/proactive, join my free community, you can watch my free course, and these can be your first steps towards a completely different future and a completely different year. Thank you for watching that video. You can like and subscribe if you're interested in that type of content.